Thank you so much, everyone, for getting in touch with what we've been talking about today. And we are going to talk about, over the next few days, about menopause, about the way it affects people, what you can do about it, what partners can do about it. We are trying to open up the conversation, make it part of everyday conversation. And thank you to Tracy, our floor manager, who's just done a video about what it feels like to have a hot flush. She's standing behind the camera looking fine right now.
If a little embarrassed. Tracy, you did a brilliant job, Trace. And I think if you watch it, have a look on social media. It's on the BBC Breakfast account. I suppose if you know nothing about what it's like to have a hot flush, Tracy sort of describes what it's like.
Right, so we're going to continue this conversation. I've been talking also to Carol, to Sally and Naga about it. You'll be able to see that film in a couple of moments. First, let's go to Jane, who's outside in the hopefully cold air in Salford. Morning.
Good morning to you. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, we're talking about changing the conversation, changing the face of the menopause too, because if you think about the menopause, what pops into your head? Well, some of the women that we are with today, some of the hundreds of women we're talking to over the course of this week, really want to change the perception. Come and meet them now. Come and meet them. Angela, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Angela, this is your campaign, the easels, all the portraits we have here. Tell us about it.
Absolutely. The campaign is called Change the Face of Menopause. So instead of the usual tired stock images that are used in the media of the lady with a fan with her head in her hands, we want to inject some positivity and show what women really look like
what
in menopause.
They really look like. You guys, Angela, Karen, Laura, you're all perimenopausal, we all are.
Yes, indeed.
Do you pick up on that negativity of how it's seen outside?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the pictures that Angela's talking about, we've all been that woman, but it's not really what we want the world to see us as. You know, we're more than that. Yeah. And the menopause is a phase in our lives that we all go through, but it doesn't have to be negative.
No. There's so much chatter on social media, isn't there, this morning? It is incredible. The vast majority of it is so positive, but there are pockets of women within the sisterhood who say, come on, this is just a natural process, suck it up. What do you think? What do you think of that, Laura?
Well, I don't think it's very helpful. I think actually maybe they should have some empathy. Maybe they're not feeling the symptoms. Maybe they're just floating through it, and that's good and good for them. But
oh my God, crikey! Television gold. Are you all right?
by one of the faces of the menopause.
Oh, bless you. Are you all right? I think you were attacked by yourself then. Are you okay? Anyway,
good TV,
it does, doesn't it?
That's one way to change the face of menopause.
Nearly changed your face.
You told me something gorgeous before.
I think it's just in Japan. People call the menopause in Japan, it's called the second spring, which I think is amazing because it's a positive thing. It's a positive thing about every stage that we all go through in life, and it's not negative about aging and fighting ageism, and just thinking it's a good thing because you go through the menopause and then you come out of the menopause and we'll be fine.
It ends.
You know? And
it does, and that's what so many people are. I mean, obviously there's some people talking about the negativity and the symptoms that can be debilitating, but lots of women out there as well, hooray, saying, ladies, it ends, you get through it, and you're stronger and wiser and better for it. Let me introduce Jane Davis here. Dr. Jane Davis, tell me about your campaign.
So Rock My Menopause is a campaign created by the Primary Care Women's Health Forum to give women the confidence to recognise their symptoms that may be menopausal, and then to speak to their primary care practitioner, that's their GP or their nurse, about what they'd like to do about it, if anything.
And you've coined a phrase, haven't you? Shall we all just deliver this? We are all, and I hope you are at home too, what are we?
We're
menovists. This is the phrase, menovist. What is it to be a menovist then?
So a menovist is someone who stands up for people going through the menopause, who encourages conversations and engages in conversations around the menopause, and who works to stamp out the taboo.
Is this still a taboo?
Oh, very much so, yes, don't you think?
Well, it's interesting because there's been lots of buzzy conversations, hasn't there, in the green room? And what did you say to me before, Karen?
I think this whole week on the BBC is amazing because, in a sense, it's given women permission to talk about the menopause, and that is, that's freedom. That's the people sitting at home with horrendous symptoms, suddenly seeing that they're not on their own. There are other women out there dealing with all sorts of things, and it's okay to talk about it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think it's also I think it's also not just, it's important to get men talking about the menopause as well, not just women talking about it. Rather, like in offices and things, people being able to say the word menopause and to not, do you know what I mean? And to be okay to say it.
And without it being a joke. Is that attitude still out there, Jane?
Oh, very much so, yes, yeah. I think it's still very much a taboo, and all the words around menopause are still a taboo, so we just need to get it out there and get talking about it.
Yeah. I mean, I tell you what I found absolutely fascinating is literally from cameramen to people in the lift in work to not just the thousands of people on social media get involved. Everybody is saying, oh, that's me. I've got that. I didn't realise that's me.
Suddenly recognising themselves and the symptoms.
Absolutely.
And the feeling able to talk about it now.
Absolutely, because you think of symptoms and you think hot flushes, low mood swings, and that's it. But there's so much more to it, isn't there?
So much more. On the Rock My Menopause campaign website, we've got 35 really well recognised menopausal symptoms. I'd really encourage people to go on there and have a look, see if any of them ring a bell.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the best tips that I've been given by Eileen, who we'll meet in a minute, is when you forget something, as we do with the brain fog, pull down the word balloon, which happened to me before when I forgot Jane's name, even though Jane has the same name as me. Pull down the word balloon and then just take a moment to remember the word, which we did. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Sorry about the injury.
You'll get my bill.
Back to you.